Okay, so hey y'all, what's going on? This is your girl Catrice, and if you are new, welcome to Cocktail Hour with Catrice. Okay, this is diary entry number 1. I'm trying something different because I just don't be knowing what to say on live anymore. I still might go live soon, but I don't know, child. Anyway, so I'm giving you all a little behind the scenes as to what I'm doing. Number 1, I am working on 2 articles. Hopefully they come out because my chat GPT is not doing right today. I don't know what his problem is. Yes, it's a he. I don't know what his problem is today, but he's not working up to optimal level today. Okay. This is what I use to help me to write my articles. Okay, I put my little 1-2 in there, adding a little yada da da, and then boom, I publish it, right? Because who has time to sit down and write the entire thing? Nobody does that anymore. It's 2025. That's number 1. I'm currently working on the situation with Bishop T.D. Jakes. Now, I just don't know why. Excuse me, hold on a second. I don't know why Bishop T.D. Jakes is constantly in the news, but ever since that whole Diddy situation, he's been constantly in the news. Okay, we can't get rid of Bishop right now, and as a matter of fact, I think we want to be over it. I think a lot of people like to hear what's going on to see if he's gonna potentially, get into some trouble or whatever. I highly doubt it. But anyway, I received an article yesterday about from the Christian Post in regards to Bishop T.D. Jakes. In a nutshell, the brother of Pastor Dwayne Youngblood, who did 2 interviews back in 2024, at the end of 2024, that is, did 2 interviews, said he had like 6 or 7 sworn affidavits from people. And if you don't know what an affidavit is, an affidavit is where people basically say, this happened to me as well. You get it notarized. And then you could really get into a lot of trouble if it's not legit and honest, like with the court. You just can't submit affidavits and then nothing happened to you if you're lying. So having a sworn affidavit is a pretty big deal, okay? So anyway, Bishop T.D. Jakes, I believe it was November the 25th, which is in my article, well, it's going to be in there, filed a lawsuit against Pastor Dwayne Youngblood, and basically is trying to, in my opinion, trying to shut him up. Now, I believe that this was in response to Dwayne Youngblood trying to, I extort the bishop for $6 million, which in my opinion, I was like, Pastor Youngblood, whoever's advising you or whoever the alleged co-conspirators are that the bishop thinks are, because I don't know what he's thinking, they're not advising you properly. $6 million is a little bit light for the bishop. If you think that, my thing is like, that's something that you would do for like a Jamal Bryant. He doesn't have as much money as the bishop. But with Bishop Jakes, like, why would you shoot so low? I mean, if you're going to try to extort someone, which is not right, it's not ethical, it's not integral, it's not legal. But if you're going to try to extort someone for some money, $6 million looks desperate, in my opinion, when it comes down to the bishop. All right. So anyway, I'm out yesterday. I think I was coming from like running errands or something, and I got a message from one of my wise council members saying like, "Hey, did you see this?" Basically, in a nutshell, Pastor Dwayne Youngblood's older brother, Richard Youngblood, honey, is now alleging that the bishop, I just can't with these people, is now alleging that the bishop that the bishop in a hotel room when they were like doing some traveling ministry or evangelism or something, got in the bed with Youngblood, booty, butt naked. And I'm like, and a sworn affidavit. And I'm like, why is the bishop sir, with your big high parts? Like, do they even have a? Shut up, that's not nice because I like big and tall men too. So I'm not clowning the bishop, but your big high parts getting into some queen size hotel room bed. This is back in the night, so it might be a twin. Anyway, bishop. So I'm interested in seeing how the bishop is going to respond to this, because here's the thing. I mean, I have heard things about Bishop potentially having more than, a couple of people who are accusing him of such things, you know, allegedly, just stuff. Okay, I'm not going into detail because I'm not getting paid for this. I'm demonetized on YouTube. I'm doing this because I want to share, do a little diary. So that's the Bishop TD Jakes situation. There's a whole article on the Christian Post about it. I'm writing my own article about it with the help of my little boyfriend, my little online boyfriend. Okay, and so hopefully that'll come out soon. So that's that for that one. Now, there's two other people. Now, I was not going to cover this. Okay. But number two, what the kids do this. This is what the kids do now. They do all this now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The second person, now this should have been the first one that I talked about, but the second person that I'm thinking about going live about is Bishop George Bloomer. You know, I just really want the keep in mind that the 2 out of the 3 stories that I might be covering have something to do with alleged grooming and SA. Because the men of God don't know how to have discipline. They don't know how to do that. It's foreign to them. Discipline is not like, you know, something that they feel like they should do. It's something that they should that they think about doing. Oh, you know, maybe I should, but my mind's telling me no. My body, they doing like the R. Kelly thing. My body's telling me yes, and then they act on their body instead of thinking about what's going to be the consequences of their actions. Anyway, so last week I'm in the house minding my business or whatever, and I noticed that there's a popular vlogger online who has covered this story before, and I'll give you all the last part. So he's covering the story, whatever, talking about the young man by the name of Jimmy Battles. Jimmy Battles, back in 2019, I believe, alleged that Bishop George Bloomer sodomized him, and I think it was in the 80s or the 90s. I think it was in the 80s or 90s, something like that. It's when George Bloomer was really heavy, still using the not so saved substances, if you get what I'm saying. What was it? Okay. Using the not so safe substances. So, the story comes back out again. Now we're rehashing this thing. And I started to think to myself, because there's another person online who's on YouTube that every single year without fail, between December and March, maybe there's something that comes up, whether it's a continuation of a story or their alleged scandal. Where's my ears on? Their alleged scandal or whatever. Every year, and this is in my Patreon, okay? Because the patrons still get their stuff. Well, when I can. No, you know, I'm trying. I'm a one-woman show. So from December to March, every year, and it's happening now, unfortunately, for this person. I'm just like, sir, I gave the people some insight on my Patreon on how he can get this together. It really just comes. It's about It really just comes down to them just owning up, fessing up to their situation, admitting some things, and or trying to squash it in an integral way, and then moving on. Saying that there's no there, and all this other stuff doesn't work for people. But for George Bloomer, this is like maybe the second or third time that this has popped up. And keep in mind that Jimmy has done he's done an interview. He has been on, you know, he's had multiple phone calls and conversations with people about this. He's even talked to George Bloomer, and it's coming back out again. And what I said was, you got to be careful when it comes down to the men of God. I don't want to go into detail, but one of my good girlfriends from back in the day, we no longer talk. She's blocked me. She is in these YouTube streets though. But she told me years ago what happens to women around their solar return around our birthdays, especially if you have a monthly cycle. For men, it's a little different, and I'm realizing that for men, it's when they if there's something that's not resolved, whether it's infidelity that gets exposed, whether it's a lie that gets exposed, whether it's something that they haven't dealt with or handled, and or something that just happens, midlife crisis, whatever. Around their birthday, most of the time, hell breaks loose, or they go into a serious, deep, reflective period. And talking to one of my friends on Sunday about this, he confirmed to me that every year around his birthday, he starts to feel some type of way, whether he's depressed or whatever. And I was like, the correlation is out of this world. Okay? Child, when I went back to look on Sunday when I was recording the video for Patreon, that's a whole, I think, 20-some minute, child, okay? When I went back to look on Sunday morning when the Bishop George Bloomer's birthday was, the bishop's birthday, keep in mind that it's normally, people say about 3 days span, I say about 3 months. You got to give it between a certain period of time, which is what happens to the YouTube vlogger. The bishop, the story broke again on the 23rd of January. The bishop's birthday was on the 23rd of January. Like, on his birthday, it is rehashed. So, yeah. That's it for Bishop George Bloomer. Okay. I need a minute for this one. Now, I know we don't talk about this person on my channel because I don't really think that he is a legit... I'm going to just say it because I don't care. People actually really want me to... I guess they want to cancel me. I don't think he's a legit pastor. And I'm talking about the cussing pastor. Okay? The cussing pastor, in my opinion, is not a legit pastor. He's just not. Okay? There's no way that you can get in the pulpit and have twerking contests after church and be cussing in the church or cussing online and you call yourself a pastor. And that is your claim to fame. So, the mind of God here's a disclaimer. If you're going to be out here shucking and jiving, dipping and diving and doing it, please make sure that you don't have, like, I told y'all, I tell me people all the time here on YouTube, and I've told y'all, my viewers, my faithful people, girl, I have done some things that I'm not proud of in this life. And if it comes out, which I still have a cordial, not a relationship, but like I'm saying, like friendship-wise, a cordial relationship with the person that I made this video with. We're on speaking terms. We're no longer in this we don't speak thing. So I don't think that he would betray me and put the video out about me too to that. But in the case that he did, it's me. It's not my sister. I have a twin. It's not her. It's me. If you, pastors and leaders, breaking news. If you have a video, if you're involved in a scandal, if you know that you have something out there that is damning and detrimental to your overall well-being as a pastor, leader, or minister, okay, 5 foot, whatever you are, whatever, just tell the people, okay? Don't be out here, you know, doing these homophobic slurs and all this other mess. We see right through it. Normally the men that are out here talking and they are like they're condemning homosexuality and this is the worst. I gotta put down whatchamacallit. They are normally the ones that have the biggest scandal. They are normally the person that is doing exactly what they're coming against, right? And it's so funny that the person that shared that with me years ago is also a person that is on the DL. He's on the down low. I've talked about him on my channel before. I have mentioned his name, but not in that context because he's a very popular person on social. But he told me, this is back when the Ty Tribbett scandal was going on with his wife, right? And I believe that his wife was messing with the Truth, who was fine, a good child. She got better taste cheating than she did married. No shade. But he was telling me, he said, normally the people that preach against something, that's what they're normally struggling with. And with the cussing pastor, from what I understand, he has made some slurs in the past, but then he was he did an interview with T.S. Madison and then was flirting with her. And I was just like, oh, like, girl, like, listen, it's okay. Like, if that's your thing, let that be your thing. Just be honest with you. Because you have to live with yourself and look in the mirror at night. Be honest with yourself. Okay? So the cussing pastor job is all on the Twitter. Now, I have to figure out a way to post this on my website without getting dinged because I would have to put the video. I'm not going to be able to put the video up on YouTube. I'm going to have to just upload it to the thing or whatever. But the cussing pastor is seen online And my thing, you didn't see this big old camera in your face? It looks like he is, well, he's definitely performing an S act on what I would think that would be like a double strap. It's almost like the dual penis, you know? And that did not look like it was first time, like it was his first time doing that. I wouldn't say it was like grade A. No, I wouldn't say that was grade A. You know what I'm saying? But if he likes it, I love it. If the cousin pastor enjoyed what he was doing, I love it. Who was it? I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. Okay. So that's what I'm working on today. I've been trying to lay low in these YouTube streets because, transparent moment, the girls are fighting. And when I say the girls, I'm not talking about women like me. I'm talking about the population on YouTube of content creators who were assigned male at birth, who are fussing and fighting. And I can't. Like, you don't really see the women in the sphere going back and forth. As a matter of fact, I've only talked to one person. Only one woman in the sphere offline. One. The other one, I think we've had like a social media, hey, how you doing? Follow each other on TikTok. Nothing crazy, right? But the people that were assigned male at birth are all online. Excuse me, Jesus, I got some indigestion. Woof. And instead of us just talking about the pastors and leaders and the bishops, they are now on the line fussing about each other and their stuff and whatever. And I'm just like... So imagine me like trying to figure out if I want to come back to do YouTube, and then I'm seeing all this, and I'm like, I am turned off. I am turned off because I'm like, do I really want to be bothered with this? Because I know somewhere or another they're gonna try to put me in something, and I'm like, leave me be now. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. That's all. That is it. That is all. And yeah, I need to finish this article, but y'all, ChatGPT's getting on my nerves. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I was like, I need a break. I need a whole break. What was it? I need a whole break of trying to do ChatGPT and trying to write this article, and then I had the stomach looking at Richard Youngblood's accounts, and then put the visual in my mind of Bishop T.D. Jakes getting in the bed. Oh, years ago I probably were like, okay, you know what, it's the Bishop because he's fine. I used to think Bishop was fine until I realized that he allowed foolishness in his family. When you allow foolishness in your family, and a mother is waiting for her child to come back home, it's like I can't. See, I don't. The money, and this is the thing. This is another thing. Like, when it comes down to money, women love money. Do I love money? Yes. Do I love men with money? Absolutely. But at what cost? Like, the cost is greater. The purpose is greater than worried about what you have in your bank account. It's like if I'm married to a guy, what's that young girl's name that was, anyway, she has some social media presence online talking about how to help women to get a man and how she was kept and this and that, and her husband had all this money, and then to find out that he was N-wording her multiple children that she had, even the child that he had with her. But he was paying all the bills. He was doing everything. And then she found out that he was touching their mutual child. The money doesn't mean anything after that. It doesn't. And so for me, it's like, yeah, I thought Bishop was fine. Okay. I don't even care if he got that thing thinking like his brother. Because listen, if you ain't never seen the thing in my Patreon about Ernest J, Ernest is packing the heat. That's what the people showed me. Not the people didn't tell me that. The people showed me that the pastor's brother was packing the ammunition. Okay. And so I don't even care if you packing it down. If you got the thunder down under. Plus your bank account is good. Plus you can take me here, there, and everywhere. Like, is it really worth it? For me, the answer is a resounding no. Okay? That don't mean that y'all don't try to hook me up with your uncles and your grandfathers. Okay? Because I still take their money. Praise God. I will. But if they have a history with abusing children or any type of essay, no, we can't do it. But if he's a straight laced man, he's single, and he looking for her, you know what I'm saying? He want a thick madam. I'm your girl. Let me stop playing. All right, let me get back to doing this work. And I figured I would share with you all what I'm looking to work on and all that good stuff. This is a cute little diary entry. Hopefully I will share with you all the next behind the scenes as I'm working on it. Hopefully I gotta be dolled up. I just can't be like coming from the gym and looking a mess. Like I gotta look my best for y'all. Okay, I gotta give y'all something nice. Cause I low-key miss y'all. That's why I'm like, I sometimes I get conflicted about, do I want to do YouTube again? Do I not? And then I realize that the people out here, a lot of folks ain't talking that good. Okay, they're dragging people into the mess. Like they're pulling a Trump on the church. I don't like it. I don't like the people pulling a Trump. Okay, the kids call it fugazi. I'm calling it fraud. Like Tabitha Brown, I don't like her either. Okay. But pulling a Trump on the chart, I don't like it. Now, for those of you all who voted for Trump, and you have, listen, I'm not gonna go there because I'm gonna get pissed. Although my TikTok numbers went through the roof with my Trump rhetoric, child, they was loving me. Because I was just like, who votes for this man? So you voted against yourself. I pray y'all ain't. Oh, let me stop. I pray y'all don't need no job. Women of God, or black men of God. Hope you don't need no job because he canceled that job. He put up on. Anyway, I'll see you all soon. Hopefully, I'll see you all on live because I think I know what I'm going to talk about now, and I kind of want to see what you all think about it. So, work on that. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.